This was like the first, I think, day coming out of the hospital, or the second day.
In December 2012, Kyle Mockford's life completely changed.
It's very ugly, it's very nasty.
He had just returned from volunteer work in Africa and decided to go to a Victoria bar with some friends. Inside, he bumped into a woman. Her boyfriend told Kyle to leave her alone. Later that night, the Duncan man says he was ambushed by the boyfriend who punched him several times in the back of the head.
I went in and out of consciousness. I was rushed to the hospital.
Kyle suffered from a traumatic brain injury which depleted his mental health and ability to stabilize his emotions.
I'm completely different, person. Right away when it first happened, I went back to my parents' place. I was super irritable, anger, and I was like doing all these anger outbursts, and my parents were like, we've never seen this from you. Where is this coming from? And they didn't understand either.
The following year, Kyle took the man to court, and the judge placed him on a few probation conditions, including having to pay nearly $1,600 in restitution. But almost a decade later, he's only received 2 payments.
How much has he paid you?
He's paid me $240.
Although the man was found guilty for failing to follow the conditions of his probation, Kyle was still owed payment. He went through BC's restitution program, which helps victims get money from their offenders. His case manager was able to make contact with the offender, but says he was uncooperative.
Like my case manager said, only 50% really kind of get the payments.
If victims sue their offender successfully, the court is not obligated to collect the money for them. That responsibility falls on the victim.
It's your obligation to go about taking steps to collect the money. The ways that you can collect the money would include things like getting a garnishing order that would permit you to take, for example, money the person might have in the bank, or if they had property, like they owned a home or they had a vehicle, you could have the vehicle seized.
We reached out to the Minister of Public Safety. His office directed us to the BC Prosecution Service, but we haven't heard back. Kyle says the system needs a major overhaul. For now, he's exploring other avenues to get the money he's owed, but he hopes his case will change how the courts handle future restitution cases.